get down from there. Otherwise, the next thing would have been on the table. Anyway, so that almost got a little bit carried away. Just make it a modern type of hard metal show. That's not what I was interested for. I was a little bit more balanced, you know. And so anyway, so on this last day, I was dancing. This was a couple. He was British and a young guy, muscular guy. And he shook my hand, and I almost lost my hand. Really strong guy and longer hair, so I would say around 35. She was of Mexican descent, same age. And first they were together, then she came around on the table on my side, and around 35, both of them, like I said. And I said, "You want to dance?" And she said, "Yeah." And then so we were dancing in the aisle, polkas and fast rock and roll, whatever it was. People were looking at me. Oh, I got one more story, actually, I can tell. And then we'll get to the thing. This other story is good. But anyway, so I danced with her. And I never met anybody of Mexican descent and American Mexican. Just for an hour, she was happy to dance with me. She was so friendly, so happy. She kept saying over and over again, "Hey, thank you for dancing." And I was, then I told a couple of them. I told her, "Yeah, and I'm only 79-year-old and dancing the polka and so forth." And and then she even said, "Now remember, platonic, 1 hour." But how nice, the feeling, instead of just going through the motions. She said even, "I love you," just because I happen to be a nice guy, super nice guy, smiling, maybe a little bit too much beer, and dancing, you know. And so I took that back, you know, how the decency of what some people have versus some of the stuff that you see on the news. One last thing. This is a funny story. So the last day with Molly B, and then me dancing in the aisle, and one woman that I walked in, she saved me the place by Molly B up front, and she was I think I said a prior high school math teacher. She taught up to pre-calculus in high school in Texas for 20 years or something like that. She happened to walk in with me, and we talking a little bit, even took a picture of me. And then she was in front of the stage. I danced with her to a little bit. And then all Molly B, they were at the end for the hour break. She said, "Okay, now we're going to have a little contest. In the first three men that want to come up here on the stage, and we're going to have a contest." And so I thought, "Oh, okay." I wanted to know her a little bit anyway, so she was just a little bit. Okay, so I ran up there and up to the stage, and she said, "Okay, we're going to play a song, and then you have to add the next couple of words." And I thought she meant singing. So they played, and her husband left already. This was just before intermission, but it was contest, and only 3 men, and I was one of them, up there, and then it was my turn, and it was just talking, and not singing words. I was ready to sing maybe something, and then I babbled something away, but I was confused anyway. And out of the 3, guess who won the contest? She says, "Adi from Oregon, you're the winner." And I got a T-shirt, free T-shirt, but I forgot to pick it up, and so I already had a shirt anyway. So that was my little humorous story. Okay, and we have somebody from AHSGR that wanted to say something here.
Yes. Can you come up here, please? We have the lady from AHSGR, and not everyone was there at the meeting, and we are very pleased that she will give her presentation about a few words in memory of your friend here. And we may know her friend, so I'll turn it over to you. Okay.
Well, I'm sure that all the members will remember Shirley Hurrell. Shirley and I go back a long ways, and I gave up going to her memorial yesterday because my announcement came from our newsletter, and I thought the meeting was yesterday at 2 o'clock at Lincoln. And so that's where I was instead of going to the memorial, which made me feel terrible because Shirley and I were just really close. We started working together at the Germans from Russia. I'll shorten it. When that, do I have to put it up?
No.
Microphone.
Oh,
Up close.
okay. And
Like
is it
right
close
right
enough?
down by your chin.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. She, we started working at the library the day it opened, and we were there until the day it closed.
Wow.
You know, when they shut us off and weren't able to work anymore, we were doing all kinds of translating and moving stuff into the computer, and we went every week. We were there working on that stuff. Shirley was interesting because Shirley actually wasn't the German from Russia. It was her husband that was the German from Russia, but she got so involved with us that she thought she was too. And they had come in through Canada and been on down to the States. But Shirley had 2 children. She had 2 daughters, and one was a handicap. And Shirley was really big on helping set up a place for handicapped children to live. And she worked, besides everything else she did, she worked on that project also, making curtains, making bedding, making everything that they needed where she would try to do that. She also worked one day a week at the Mormon church. She wasn't a Mormon, but she worked at the Mormon Church Family History Center doing her genealogy and helping others to learn how to do it too. And so she was just a little squirt, but she was just full of spit and vinegar. She was a lot of fun and very dependable, and we miss her a lot. When she had to go to the, when her daughter decided it was time that she moved into a adult place, they moved her into the Springs, and I don't think Shirley was ever happy being there. She always missed doing her thing, you know, just doing what she knew was right. But she lived a long ways out, so we had a hard time transferring back and forth because neither one of us were driving too much then. But anyhow, I just wanted to be sure and say something about Shirley because she was a big part of the society. She just worked a little hard out all the time, and anything anybody asked her to do, she would do it. You know, she would, no matter what it was, she would work at it. So my hat's off to her, and they had her memorial yesterday, and so I was sorry I wasn't there, but things happen. So that's about, thank you. But I can say thank you.
Yeah,
Because she was really a great person. What was her last name? Hurrell. Hurrell. Yeah, Ed.
I can say a few words about the
I
memorial
would
service
love for you to
yesterday.
say a few words, because you were there. You were at the memorial.
Shirley truly was a remarkable member of our American Historical Society of Germans from Russia, according to Jack. And everything that Jean just spoke of is more than true. She was just a spectacular participant and volunteer. The memorial service yesterday was truly a very nice tribute to Shirley because I learned a lot about other aspects of her life. She was there at the very beginning of an entity called the Edwards Center, which is both a care facility and a teaching and nursing facility for disabled children. And she had a daughter that was disabled that was a participant in that program all her life. she was there also. But Shirley was a caring person that volunteered. Her whole life was volunteerism. There was a wonderful crowd there, and everybody was quite taken by the presentation. The founder of the center, Jean Parker Edwards, organized the program, hosted it, and the volunteers there were all participants of or actually staff members of the Edwards Center. The members from our chapter were the Burbachs, Roger and Mary, Leila Miller, myself, and Barbara. But it was a moving ceremony for sure.
Sharon, since we're not going to have a long meeting, should we have refreshments now?
we talk anywhere.
Just to take up some time.
I better not talk over the cookies. That's not too good.
Why not? They'll be richer, for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we have taken a break because we also have some refreshments?
Do we have some refreshments? Okay.
We should do that at the end if people want to stay or not.
So do the refreshments at the end. So I
Then
just.
I'm going to take them home and put them in the trash.
Yeah, but no, we'll quit
You can
early,
get
and
them
we do have
ready.
some refreshments.
Okay.
So
Something to bring.
two things. One is, and it's to both clubs and organizations, Germans from Russia, collectively that we are here and representing. This is just something to keep in mind, and I passed it on to to this Molly B band. Actually, I said, and keep this in mind. And then we have some big German clubs here that that manage this German house. And wouldn't that be nice? So this Molly B band, and they're well known in the U.S. So I said, hey. You're playing for Oktoberfest, now you're down there in Texas. I didn't say it that way, but I'm just to explain my point. Playing Oktoberfest in Oregon, in Mount Angel, Alpenfest in Eastern Oregon. This year they didn't do it because of COVID. Down there, Wurstfest. So I said, how about having a new German type of fest in Portland, not Oktoberfest, we have that already, but something new, which in Germany they do, and it's a little, and it's called Schützenfest, and I'll explain what that means in German in just a second, but which happens in the springtime, in May. Germans have music about the month of May, and springtime. They love nature. And we don't need to just drink Oktoberfest because some prince in Bavaria started that 150 years ago. How about having a Mai Fest for the spring? May is celebrated throughout the world. In Germany, they have hunter clubs, unfortunately, but they have parades in May, especially May, and they have dancing in May. So how about Molly B coming to the Sheraton Hotel in Portland by the airport just fly in, 2-3 days, have a Mai Fest, maybe just the first time one day, and supported by the German clubs. The German American Society, they got the money, and then the Germans from Russia, 2 clubs for May, not just drinking in Oktoberfest. Music is an important ingredient in Germany. And like I said, in spring there's a lot of German folk songs about supporting nature and glorifying nature. Because Germany is so beautiful and Oregon is just as beautiful, and we could have something in Portland. So I try to use different ideas in order to support our German ancestry and so forth. Anyway, she said, Molly B said, I sent your email to my husband, Ted Lang, or Ted Lange. And so they're going to think about it. Anyway, we actually, there's a good German band from Vancouver, Canada, the S-Bahn, and they know how to sing in German, and you could have a lot of words. Anyway, so that's one thing, and then that I'm trying to get going. Who knows? At least I'm trying. And the last thing is, yeah.
That's a great idea, but there's a movement that we might be able to coordinate with.
Okay.
There was a great festival many years ago out at McIver Park.
Yeah.
It was a small Woodstock.
That's right. That's right.
We could make it a German festival.
Hey.
And nobody would need to wear clothes.
Hey, no, you. Hey, incidentally, all those women I danced with, they had all clothes on, and they were not even scanty. Not that a German journal and showing too much. So I was really platonic. Excuse me, dancing and they were so nice and so great. Yeah, but hey, I like your humorous interpretation. So I was a little bit more serious than that. But we could have it at the Sheraton Hotel and fly in a band and do something like that for May, not just Oktoberfest, not Wurstfest in the fall. May when spring is here, and that's why in Germany you have it all over the place, and a lot of it is these incidentally hunter clubs. They don't have rifles; they have air guns, and nobody is permitted to have a gun and going out. And there's no shooting going on every day, and they're more social, and they have parades and music. When they're marching to all kinds of music, and then they have dances. Music is a big part in the German culture and heritage. So the last thing, and then so it'll be a shorter meeting. Sorry for this disaster. I'll make it up by sending you the program on the computer. And the last thing is we're going to have a December Weihnachten Christmas program. And so I wanted to mention that. Sharon, do you remember what the date is? I have it on the computer.
December 11th.
December 11th.
It's a Saturday.
Saturday.
At 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock. So here. And my grandson's already looking for the pickle in a tree hiding, or what do you call it, that contest. And I'm going to get them saying something about Christmas, maybe a poem or something like that, or a song, translating a little bit to get my grandsons. They call me Opa, and so Opa is going to be involved with them.
And then Christmas cookie recipe.
And then cookie, Christmas cookie, Kuchen, no, cookie. Cakes, huh?
Plätzchen. And Plätzchen.
Plätzchen. I haven't used that for a long time. So. Anyway, so we're going to have a Christmas celebration.
Recipes, though. We're not doing the cookies.
We're not doing the cookies, but you'll learn recipes. So sharing recipes, German style and American style, but for Christmas. And Christmas music, online and singing and participating, and German-based type. So we're going to have that another live meeting. I don't know, but maybe by that time we'll get the computer.
We'll have to find out what's going on.
Projector working.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Anybody want to say anything, share anything, or Vivian?
Dues.
Oh, dues. Yeah, thank you. Joni isn't here. Our treasurer isn't here. So next year's rolling around, fairly soon, and so it's $10 for Grow, and hey, anybody from AHSGR can join, and so those are dues coming up. You can pay today in cash or to Vivian. That's Joni's mother. So who's right here at the front, if you're interested in doing that. Okay, so Renate, do you want to describe the refreshments and say something
I
about it?
just put them out.
You put them out?
Oh, we have door prize.
Oh, door
tickets
prize, okay.
Too, so
Okay.
I don't know if
Do
you want to
you-
do that now, or?
Yeah, why not, huh? Ah, okay, so we have a raffle, and then you get a gift, and it's part of the routine, too.
We also have a monetary donation basket if you want to donate for use of this building, and it's up at the front.
Oh, that's for gas donation?
So this is a door prize.
So what, I get to pick?
Pick one, yeah.
Okay.
So these are the pale tickets. I don't
The
know.
pale tickets, okay. Now, I gotta put my glasses on in order to read this. So this is a German test, German, I read it first in German and then translate it.
What color is the ticket?
It's the yellow,
Yellow.
light green. And probably just need to read,
Last three.
last three is good enough. Okay, in German first. 5, 2, 7, which is 5, 2, 7.
Well, that's mine.
Okay, you want to do?
We have items up here. The next ones are, we'll do it one more door prize.
Okay, one more
and then
door
we'll
prize.
do
Okay.
3 of the
Okay,
orange
so-
ones.
Okay, so you have one more chance here to practice German numbers. Okay, last three numbers in Deutsch. 5, 3, 0. 5, 3, 0.
Oh,
Kathy, did you get it?
ich kann Sie verstehen.
Du kannst es verstehen. Okay, beide Sprache, Englisch und Deutsch. Wunderbar. So Kathy won
Okay.
that one. Okay, so these are the orange tickets, all the way to the bottom. Okay, a winner. Okay, and the same thing here. This is the last three numbers. Okay.
Yeah, and you have to read them the correct way. Which way is that?
Oh, the end number
Yeah.
at the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's,
Some others do not rotate, so you have to.
yeah. It looks like you're the last three. So are you implying, Sharon, I'm a Dummkopf?
no,
by reading it out
that they're all
backwards?
909 if they're upside down. So that's.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying about the upside down. Okay. In German, 8. It's a little hard to say almost. You know, that's where you can hear the German. 8, 3, 5, which means 8, 3, 5. Ah, wunderbar.
Yeah, just go on and pick up one of the prizes on there.
So we do another one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we got
Okay.
a couple more.
Couple more. Hey, this is fun. I get to practice my German. Okay, now correctly, not upside down. So again, with that 8, clearing my throat. 8, 0, 2, and 2. 8, 0, 2, and in English 8, 0, 2. 8, 0, 2. Emma, you got it? You don't need anything. Emma is totally successful. Doesn't need very sehr gut. Ah, okay. She donated actually. She doesn't want. Okay. Next one is 803. So 803. You got that one too? Ach du lieber. Okay. Hey, you got the. Hold that. I'm going to go to the other side.
Pick them up a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm going through. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't make. Okay. Another 8, 0. Oh, yeah, better look at this. Get my glasses on. 9. 8, 0, 9. 8, 0, 9. 8. Okay. Kay's got it. Okay.
So was that 3 of those?
Emma didn't take hers. So.
Didn't want any prizes?
No. Or shall we do one more? No, it's fine.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, this is the bottom. I made sure they're mixed up. Oh yeah, by the numbers I can tell. 8, 2, 6, which means 8, 2, 6. 8, 2, 6. So, so is that it, Sharon? Or do you want me to do more? Okay. Oh, okay. So what is next, Sharon? Shall we do next?
I don't know what's on your list.
My list is on the computer. So
What's on the back of that list?
on this list, I have "So nimm denn meine Hände," which is a religious German song. At the end, we sing that. So do you want to do that? Then Renata and I can sing. Emma, she could probably sing. "So nimm denn meine Hände."
And then
You want-
everybody do.
And yeah, and that'll be the last. It's a yeah. There's no.
Then let's do the food because we have
Okay.
bought some things
Okay.
before we sing.
Okay. So we're gonna have a little bit of food. Yeah, this is the first one we're only going to have with the mass to have food and so forth, but we have a little bit. So this whole meeting today went a little bit of everything, and
It's been over.
that's the way it goes. That's the way it
over
goes.
a year and a
sometimes.
half.
Yeah, it's a year and a half.
Long
So yeah, and so we tried our
Year and
best,
9
but
months.
you're getting the programs on the computer, email-wise. Promise. Okay.